Good morning. You're watching Sabha TV. This is Breakfast News. I'm Rajat Kane. Let's have a look at the top headlines. Parliament passes Finance Bill 2017. Lok Sabha rejects all 5 amendments moved by the upper house. GST Council meeting today to finalize rules for new tax regime. 5 sets of rules have already been approved. Lawyers on strike against proposed bill that bars advocates from going on strike. Supreme Court lawyers stepped out of the protest. Heat stroke claims 2 lives in Maharashtra. Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, Telangana, Odisha reel under scorching heat. And the biggest rail festival of India to begin today in Guwahati. Namani Brahmaputra to commence in 21 districts of Assam. The GST Council will meet in the national capital today to finalize rules and regulations of the new indirect tax regime. Both the centre and state will sit together to discuss the matter. The GST Council has already approved 5 sets of rules relating to registration, payment, refund, invoice and returns. The Lok Sabha on Wednesday cleared 4 supplementary GST legislations: Central GST, Integrated GST, Union Territory GST and the Compensation Law. These laws would have supporting rules which would be notified by the centre and state before the new tax regime is implemented. The Council has recommended a 4-tier tax structure of 5%, 12%, 18% and 28%. The Lok Sabha on Thursday passed the Finance Bill after rejecting the amendments sent by the Rajya Sabha. The bill was passed by the voice vote. With the passing of the bill, the budgetary exercise of the year 2017-18 has been complete.
Parliament on Thursday approved the Finance Bill 2017 after the Lok Sabha rejected 5 amendments moved by the upper house. During the debate on the bill, Finance Minister Arun Jaitley said the amendments can't be accepted by the government. Defending the government's amendments to the Income Tax Act, Jaitley said it will protect the whistleblowers. He added that the government is open to consider suggestions to bring about transparency in political funding.
I am only hearing adjectives like it must be clean, it must be transparent. Please give me the ideal combination of the two. We are willing to consider it. But the fact is, under the circumstances, these are 4 options which we have opened, and these are 4 which emanate from a scheme which will be drawn under the Income Tax Act.
Opposition members as well as MPs of allies, however, objected to the government's amendments to political funding and demanded the amendments made by the Rajya Sabha. These included an upper limit for political funding by companies, a cap of 7.5% of net profit of the last 3 financial years for donation to political parties, and disclosure of names of the political parties getting the contributions.
Here you are opening the floodgates for corporate funding for political purpose. At this point of time, any political party which is in government may reap benefit.
This step, in my opinion, madam, will bring transparency in the process of contributions to political parties and will enable both the parties and companies to disclose the funding information and boost accountability.
Political funds में ट्रांसपेरेंसी होनी चाहिए. किसने दिया, कितना दिया और कितना फंड्स होना चाहिए, इसका भी एक लिमिट तय होना चाहिए.
When you are ready for transparency, why don't you accept this Rajya Sabha amendment? Madam, Rajya Sabha is a house of reason.
Rajya Sabha had also made amendments to delete provisions relating to the powers given to taxmen like power to requisition books of account, power to survey and more powers to officers. However, all these amendments were rejected by a voice vote in Lok Sabha. The Congress and TMC insisted on following parliamentary traditions.
आर्टिकल 80 पहले आया था. काउंसिल ऑफ स्टेट्स, राज्यों से, प्रदेशों से आवाजें हमारी देश की नीतियां बनाने में, हमारे देश की जो है कानून, संविधान बनाने में वो आवाजें भी उतनी महत्वपूर्ण हैं. तो आज मैं समझता हूं कहीं ना कहीं आर्टिकल 80 की भावना का भी जो है इस सरकार ने ध्यान नहीं रखा है.
Bicameral system is there for checks and balance. Just because a party has a majority in Lok Sabha, it should not ride roughshod over the opinion of the other house.
Yes. With the passage of the finance bill, the budget procedure has been completed before 31st March for the first time ever. Ravindra Shoran's report for Rajya Sabha TV.
Members of Rajya Sabha voiced concern over the safety of the railways and raised questions over the upgradation of its infrastructure. During the debate on the appropriation railways bill, concerns were raised that India has had one of the worst years as far as the railway safety is concerned, as over 180 people have died in the accidents. This is the highest figure since 2010. In his reply, the Union Rail Minister said railways will spend about 10,000 crore for renewal of tracks and adopt latest technology to detect rail fracture to reduce the accident rate to the zero level.
The safety is a function, and particularly derailment, which again happened this morning, is an issue related to track and the wheel. The interaction between track and the wheel is a problem. So the track modernization needs new machines. There is a possibility that we can actually detect a crack in the track by having a machine, which is already ordered and they are working on it.
रेलवे में बहुत अधिक पद 15 लाख रिक्त है अभी पद। जब से अब भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकार बनी है तब से रेलवे विभाग ने किसी को नौकरी नहीं दिया है।
Railway is losing share in both freight and premium passenger service to alternate modes of transport, necessitating an integrated approach to greater safety, cleanliness and passenger comfort, and higher service levels to freight construction through end-to-end service.
A few hundreds of SPV projects were declared in the last budget. I want to know whether, from the government, whether how many of those SPV projects are being materialized? How many of them are being practicalized?
The Election Commission has said that prediction of election results by the astrologers and tarot readers in the period when there is a ban on broadcasting exit polls is a violation of law. The Commission has asked the media, both electronic and print, to refrain from airing and publishing such programs in future elections during the prohibited period to ensure free, fair and transparent elections. In an advisory sent to media organizations, the poll watchdog pointed to Section 126A of the Representation of People's Act. The strongly worded advisory, also sent to the Press Council of India and the News Broadcasters Association, said such attempts merely to score brownie points against the competitors for merely commercial reasons do not behave well. Today is the last day for depositing old notes in the Reserve Bank of India. From April 1st, those found in possession of old notes will be liable for criminal action as per new law of the government. Those Indians who were abroad between November and December 2016 have been given time by the RBI to deposit old notes. In the case of NRIs, the deadline is June 30th, 2017. The Supreme Court last week expressed displeasure at the government's defense that Prime Minister Modi's assurance to people that they would be able to deposit the old currency notes till March end had been superseded by last-minute ordinance that shut down this window on 31st December. The ordinance made it crime to hold more than 10 banned currency notes. There is no jail terms for the violators, but new law lays out minimum fine of rupees 10,000 or 5 times the amount of money seized. Lawyers across the country will strike today against Advocates Amendment Bill 2017. It was proposed by the Law Commission of India to the government. The bill bars advocates from holding agitation and makes them liable to compensate litigants if they go on strike. Protesting, the lawyers have decided to abstain from judicial work in all courts today. The Bar Council of India has said the recommendations were against their interest. The lawyers practicing in Supreme Court have however, been kept out of the strike. Coordination Committee of Bar Council of Delhi District Courts has said the Union Law Minister Ravi Shankar Prasad has assured them that bill would not be passed without consulting them. The representatives of the agitating meat sellers and exporters met UP Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath in Lucknow. State Health Minister Siddharth Singh was also present at the meeting. He said the Chief Minister has assured the delegation that stern action would be taken if any officer acted against the legal and licensed slaughterhouse. While Singh claimed that way forward has been found and the two sides were happy with the outcome of the meeting. A representative in the delegation said the strike would continue till April 5th and it could be extended further if their demands were not met.
ये सरकार जो है वो सुप्रीम कोर्ट और एनजीटी का पालन करना चाहती है। पिछली सरकारों को कर लेना चाहिए था, ना तो ये तकलीफ नहीं होती। और साथ ही साथ सरकार को कहीं संवैधानिक कोई कठिनाई हो उसका भी सरकार को ध्यान देना पड़ता है। और साथ ही साथ मुख्यमंत्री जी ने ये भी कहा कि पूर्वाग्रह से कोई भी ये सरकार काम नहीं कर रही है और ना ही इस सरकार ने कोई भी निर्देश किसी भी अधिकारी को दिया है कि तो आप चेहरा और जाति देख के कोई काम करो। और कोई भी जाति और चेहरा देख के कोई भी अधिकारी, और ये विशेष रूप से मैं फिर दोहरा रहा हूं मुख्यमंत्री जी की तरफ से, कोई भी ऐसा काम करेगा तो उस पे कड़ी कार्रवाई होगी। आज के बाद अब इसको टॉलरेट नहीं करा जाएगा।
मैं अपने इस माध्यम से अपने तमाम भाइयों से अपील करना चाहता हूं, जिन लोगों का कारोबार है उस कारोबार को वो तरीके से शुरू करने की कोशिश करें, और चाहे उसमें एक दिन 2 दिन के बाद जानवर आने शुरू हो जाएंगे और उनको अपनी दुकानें खोलें वो, और लाइसेंस जो है वो अप्लाई करें, और लाइसेंस जो है ये प्रशासन उनको देगा। स्लॉटर हाउस जो है जो ठीक हो सकते हैं उन स्लॉटर हाउस की बात हुई है वो ठीक होंगे, और जो एक्सपोर्ट के स्लॉटर हाउसेज है जिनमें छोटी छोटी कमियां हैं वो उनको हम ठीक करके बता देंगे।
Following Uttar Pradesh government's action against the illegal slaughterhouses, Jharkhand government asked for the closure of illegal abattoirs within 72 hours. The step was taken keeping in view the overall public order, safety and health of the general public. Principal Secretary Home SKG Rahate wrote to all the Deputy Commissioners, Senior Superintendent of Police, Superintendents of Police, municipalities and notified area committees to take steps for closure of illegal abattoirs, stating the notice must be issued to illegal slaughterhouses for closing operations within 72 hours. The letter asked the officials not to allow any illegal abattoirs to operate within their jurisdiction. Rahate said the valid slaughterhouse must ensure compliance of rules and regulations laid down by the Animal Husbandry Department and the Health Department.
देखिए, झारखंड के अंतर्गत अवैध बुचड़ खाने जितने भी चल रहे हैं सबको बंद कराने का आदेश माननीय मुख्यमंत्री जी ने दिया है। आपको विदित होना चाहिए कि नवंबर 2005 से झारखंड गोवंशीय पशु हत्या प्रतिबंध अधिनियम ये लागू है, लेकिन यह प्रभावी नहीं था, निष्प्रभावी था।
Now it's only the end of March, but several states are already witnessing severe heat wave conditions. At least 2 people died of heat stroke in Maharashtra. The Indian Meteorological Department issued a moderate heat wave alert. Akola was the hottest place in India with a maximum temperature of 44 degrees Celsius, while Titlagarh in Odisha was close second, recording 43.8 degrees. Heat wave continued in Rajasthan as several districts recorded maximum temperatures above 40 degrees Celsius. The Met Department has forecast dry weather at most places in the state till today, with severe heat waves at many places. The heat wave will continue in most parts of Madhya Pradesh for at least 2 to 3 days due to hot air coming from Rajasthan. Heat wave conditions were witnessed at isolated places in Uttar Pradesh. In Gujarat too, temperatures have been hovering between 40 to 42 degrees Celsius in the last few days. Telangana's Adilabad district sizzled with the highest temperatures of 42.5 degrees Celsius, but no heatwave conditions are prevailing in the state yet.
That the temperatures may rise in the next 5-10 days, because it is a transition period for the all over India.
All the hospitals of the Maharashtra which are under us and which are under the medical education, they have been instructed to construct the to create a heat wave therapy room, and people will be treated there. I will appeal to the people that not to go out during the sunny day, at least between 12 to 4 p.m.
ओवरऑल जो स्थिति है, बहुत सारा एरिया जो देश का है वो हीट वेव की ग्रिप में है। अगर मैं राज्यों के नाम बताऊं तो खास तौर से राजस्थान, मध्य प्रदेश और उससे लगा हुआ जो विदर्भ है और नॉर्थ मध्य महाराष्ट्र है, गुजरात का कुछ हिस्सा है, इसमें जो हीट वेव है पिछले 2 से 3 दिन से कई जगह में चल रही है। और साथ ही साथ जो हीट वेव है छत्तीसगढ़ और इंटीरियर उड़ीसा में भी देखी जा रही है। अगर हम फोरकास्ट की बात करें तो ये हीट वेव आगे 2 से 3 दिन रहेगी, पर ये 2 दिन के बाद में इसमें जो थोड़ी जो इंटेंसिटी है उसकी कम हो जाएगी और एरिया भी कम हो जाएगा।
Time for a very short break. More news on the other side. Keep watching Rajya TV.
Existing antibiotics are becoming drug resistant. This is where actually we have huge amount of opportunity to work on. You can control the activity of telomerase. You can actually control your clock of aging. By the year 2050, 2/3 of the people will be above 65 years old.
Watch Eureka with Professor Shantanu Bhattacharya, Director, Indian Association for the Cultivation of Science, Kolkata, only on Rajya Sabha television.
Welcome back. President Pranab Mukherjee on Thursday conferred Padma Awards at ceremony held at Rashtrapati Bhavan. Among dignitaries present at the occasion were Vice President Hamid Ansari and Prime Minister Narendra Modi. 39 awards were conferred this year. Murli Manohar Joshi, late P.A. Sangma, Sharad Pawar and former chairman of the ISRO, Professor Udupi Ramachandran Rao were conferred with Padma Vibhushan, the country's second highest civilian award. Yoga Guru Swami Niranjanananda Saraswati, Thai Princess Mahachakri Srinidhon and father of the laparoscopic surgery in India, Temton Irakudwadia, received the Padma Bhushan Awards. The number of Padma awardees this year is 89, which includes seven recipients each of Padma Vibhushan and Padma Bhushan. The rest awardees will be conferred awards on the 13th April. The stage is set for Namami Brahmaputra, the biggest river festival of India, which will commence on 21 districts in Assam today. President Pranab Mukherjee, Prime Minister of Bhutan, Governor of Assam and Chief Minister of Assam and Arunachal Pradesh will be attending the inaugural ceremony in Guwahati. Various cultural programs, traditional sports, Brahmaputra Aarti, exhibitions, film shows, seminars and competitions are being organized as a part of Namami Brahmaputra festival. Guwahati city has got a new look for the festival. Big banners and hoardings have been put up across the city welcoming all those to the 5 days long event. All the schools will remain closed at Kamrup Metro District today. Spiritual leader Dalai Lama and several union ministers will also attend the festival. This festival is likely to give boost to investment and tourism prospect in the state. Security has also been beefed up in and around Guwahati city ahead of the visit of President and Dalai Lama. Malaysian Prime Minister Najib Tun Razak on Thursday arrived in Chennai on a 5-day visit. He was welcomed by High Commissioner of Malaysia to India, Malaysia's Consul General in Chennai and Tamil Nadu Government Principal Secretary. The visiting dignitary was hosted at a reception at Raj Bhavan by Tamil Nadu Governor Vidyasagar Rao. Chief Minister K. Palanisamy and Speaker P. Dhanapal also attended the reception. Najib's visit is being aimed at taking forward the close political and economic ties between the two countries. Project worth $5 billion are expected to be discussed during his visit. Prime Minister Modi and Najib will hold wide-ranging talks on the 1st of April, during which the two sides will also try to take forward their cooperation in key areas of security, defense and counter-terrorism. A look at all the other national updates in Nationwide. Rajiv Kumar Chandar has been appointed India's ambassador and permanent representative to the United Nations officers in Geneva. Chandar belongs to Indian Foreign Service batch of 1983. He is the Consul General of India in Vancouver at present. Action has been initiated against invigilators and central in charges who have been found facilitating cheating in the ongoing UP board examinations. So far, 1,500 students have been nabbed, while 327 exam centers in charge and 600 invigilators have been replaced. The Delhi court on Thursday dismissed the plea of 9 JNU students in which they had claimed they cannot be asked by Delhi police to give their consent for the lie detector test. This is regarding the case relating to Versity's missing student Najib Ahmad. Authorities in Uttarakhand have started taking action against illegal meat shops near Ganga River banks in Uttarkashi. This comes in the wake of order from the State Chief Minister Trivendra Singh Rawat. The Enforcement Directorate attached assets worth Rs 1.95 crore of former Goa Chief Minister Digambar Kamath and sitting MLA Churchill Alamau in the Louis Berger money laundering case. It's alleged that US-based firm had bribed Indian officials to win 2 major water developmental projects, Goa and Guwahati. The Pakistani authorities have detained 2 Indians during the census exercise, claiming they were illegally living in the country. The Provincial Census Commissioner of Sindh said that both persons did not have any legal documents. They were reportedly detained after the first phase of census in 8 districts of Sindh province. They have reportedly been handed over to the law enforcement agencies for further investigation. Pakistan on March 15 began its first census in about 2 decades with assistance of over 200,000 troops and officials. The data collected will be used for key policy decisions, including delimitation of the constituencies. Ousted South Korean President Park Geun-hye has been arrested over the corruption scandal that led to her dismissal. 65-year-old was driven to a detention center south of Seoul after court approved her arrest. Park is being investigated on the charges of bribery, abuse of authority, coercion and leaking government secrets. She is accused of allowing her close friend Cho Soon-sil to extort money from the companies in turn for political favors. Park, who was removed from the office earlier this month, denies the claims. She can be held up to 20 days before being formally charged. If convicted, Park would face more than 10 years in prison. She is third former president of the South Korea to be arrested over criminal allegations. On to sports news now. Indian shuttlers Saina Nehwal and PV Sandhu will face each other in mouth-watering quarter-final clash at India's Super Series badminton tournament. World number 8 Saina brushed aside Thailand's Pornapui Chongchuwong 21-14, 21-12 in lopsided contest in the pre-quarterfinals. Sindhu, on the other hand, had to toil hard to win 21-16, 23-21 over Japan's Saina Kawakami. Both shuttlers have met just once in international competition at 2014 Said Modi International event, where Saina prevailed in straight games. In the men's singles, Samir Verma continued his brilliant form with another stunning win over highest-ranked Won-Hu of Hong Kong. Verma, who is now the lone Indian in the men's competition, won 21-17, 21-15. The Pakistan Cricket Board on Thursday said it will file a compensation case against BCCI before the ICC for India's refusal to play Pakistan in bilateral series. Pakistan Chairman Shahryar Khan said the legal notice will be sent shortly to the BCCI, after which they will file a case before the ICC Disputes Resolution Committee. Khan also said that ICCI committee failed to resolve issue with the boards, then the boards will file a legal case in the courts against the BCCI. BCCI has signed an MOU with the PCB which said the 2 teams would play 6 bilateral series from 2014 onward. But no series have been played due to tension between the 2 countries. That's it for now. Keep watching Rajya Sabha TV.